Hi everyone, it's me Carly, and today I'm making a video about what the cost of living in Spain is. Can you survive off of 700 or 1,000 euros a month? Oh my goodness, so hot. Okay. Hi everybody, as you guessed, I'm still in Spain. Alright, so in case you've never seen me before, like I said, my name is Carly and I teach English online, offline, and abroad. And I'm currently living and teaching here in Madrid, Spain. I've been here for about 8 years and I love it. And despite everything that's been happening with the pandemic, I've decided to stay, and I've been, working a lot, so that's why I haven't been able to make a video in a really long time. And also just dealing with curfew. We've had like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock curfew for a really long time, so all the daytime I had, I was really trying to aprovechar, take advantage of my time and go out, enjoy my life, live life outside of the house, because I was stuck in the house for about 3 months, with that whole lockdown situation. Anyway, I digress. Let me get to the point of the video. You're watching this because you're probably a person interested in moving to Spain and working as an auxiliar de conversación, and you saw that salary that the government is offering you. It's like 1,000 euros a month, or maybe you're for one of the other programs that pays even less, and you're just wondering, how am I going to survive off of that little wage? Okay. You need to remember that this is Spain. This is not the US. This is not Britain. This is Spain. It has its own economy, its own cost of living here, and it's different. It's different from whatever country you're probably coming from. Even if you've been to like Portugal or France or Italy, you also need to keep in mind that the average Spaniard does not make the same salary as the average person in America. The idea of making $80,000 a month here in Spain would be phenomenal to me. If I made that much money here in Spain, I would be living like a queen. Seriously. But so yeah, keep that in mind, that you're making a really good salary compared to Spaniards, especially for the number of hours that you're working, if you're only working 16 hours a week. So let me tell you all about how much it costs to live here in Spain. Let's start out with the room. Okay, renting here in Madrid is quite expensive compared to the rest of Spain. I would say if you're coming to Madrid, expect to spend anywhere between 350 to 500 euros a month for a shared apartment. You don't want to live with other people? Okay, then it's gonna cost you a lot more. I would say to get a studio, a decent studio, in a decent area, expect to spend at least 600 euros a month. It is pretty typical for people to live with other people when they come here. Maybe you want to live with Spanish-speaking people so you can work on your Spanish, or maybe you just want to live with other people from other countries so that you can, get to know about another culture. So I don't think you should totally shut the door on that. I lived with other people for many years. I'm only just now, like next month, getting my own studio, and this will be the first time I'm living by myself ever since I moved here, because it's been so expensive to get a studio. But because of the pandemic and everything that's been happening with it, I was finally able to get me a place, so I'm so excited. Anyway, back to room and board. Bills here are pretty cheap, I would say. Electricity, water, gas, whatever you've got to spend, you probably are gonna pay about 50 to 100 a month on those things. 100 being on the high end, 50 being like normal. I think that's a normal. You would spend 100 maybe in the wintertime when you're paying for your heating. If you have air conditioning in your apartment and you have that on blast all summer, then yeah, it's gonna be quite pricey, because electricity in Spain is a bit more expensive than electricity in the US. Okay, other bills besides the ones in your house would be your phone bill. I'm telling you, I paid 9 euros a month for my phone. Yes, just 9 euros. Why? Because everybody in Europe pretty much uses this thing called WhatsApp. It's an app that allows you to text, call, do everything you need to do with people on the phone, and it's totally free, but you do have to pay for the internet. So that's why I pay 9 euros a month, and I have like a few minutes, but I don't even use it. I never need to really call anybody because of WhatsApp. All right, let's go on to one of my favorite things of life, and that is food. Ooh, food. Okay. I love food. If you ever see my Instagram, you know I love food. I love taking pictures of food. It's like the only thing I take pictures of for my Instagram is food. Food is really cheap here in Spain. Granted, I am a pescatarian, so I don't eat meat. Even with that, I spend 25 euros a week on groceries, if that. I mean, I'm telling you, a carton of almond milk here, 1.25. A bag of lettuce, €1. Tomatoes, €1. Things are super cheap, so you can really clean house, go to the grocery store, and like hardly spend any money. It's fantastic. Okay, I also enjoy eating out a lot, and I would say eating out can be super cheap here. You can go to a lot of restaurants and get something called a menú del día, which is a menu of the day, and you can do this during lunch. Some places let you do it for dinner, gives you a drink, a first course, a second course, and a dessert, and that could be like 10 euros, 12 euros. I mean, it's amazing. If they don't have a menu del día, there's lots of other places that just sell, dishes, and you can easily spend like 6 euros, 10 euros, 15 euros. I usually expect to spend 20 or less when I go to a restaurant, and that includes getting maybe glasses of wine or beer, because a glass of wine here in Madrid is like 2.50 to 4 euros, 4 being expensive. You can get a bottle of wine in a restaurant for 15 euros. When I go to California or New York and I'm going out with my friends, I'm like, I can't, like, yeah, because going out to eat here is so cheap. I'm really spoiled, and of course there are some more expensive places, but even those to me are really cheap compared to the States. And travel, people wonder, like, if I'm making so little money, can I travel? And I would say yes, you can. You do need to budget, you do need to think strategically. Of course, it's going to be easier for you to travel if you live in a city that has an international airport or an airport at all. When I first moved to Spain, I lived in Murcia. There was like no airport there, so I had to travel to another city to get the airport. It was like a whole thing. So yeah, if you live in Madrid or Barcelona, you're gonna be super set. You're gonna be able to get these great deals for flights that are like 20 euros to other countries. 20 euros to another country, amazing. Yeah. Of course, when you get to the other country, you might need to spend a little bit more, because Spain is really cheap, but that doesn't mean all the other countries here in Europe are really cheap. If you're going up north, you're gonna spend more money. Something very important that I forgot to mention before when I recorded this video is how transport within Madrid and Spain work. And it's very different from how it works in the US. You do not need a car. I have only ever known one auxiliar who needed a car to get to work. So usually you just use the public transport system here. It's really good. They have buses, trains, metros in the major cities. And in Madrid, for example, you can pay 20 euros a month to get a card like this, and it'll allow you to take any public transport system in the whole region of Madrid for just 20 euros. If you're over 26, it will cost a bit more. For me, because I'm over 26, it costs 50 euros a month to just go within the innermost part of Madrid. To go to the outskirts, it would cost me more, but I never really need to go to the outskirts. And when I do, I just pay like for a single trip. So I would estimate that if you're over 26 and you're working in an area far outside of the city center, it could cost you a bit to go to work every day. Maybe 3 euros round trip. Could be more, but either way, you're going to be spending less than 100 euros a month on transport. As far as other areas of Spain go, I'm not really sure. I mean, it just really depends. The prices vary, but since I've been in other places traveling and whatnot, I spend like maybe 150, 2 euros a trip to go places, so it's not expensive at all. So with all of that being said, how do so many people come here and survive off of the 1,000 euros or 700 euros in some regions? And I would say a lot of people find ways to supplement their income. They teach online, like I talk about in my videos, or they find private classes like I talked about in this other video. I talk about how you can make 1,000 extra a month teaching private classes. I did it for many years. So with, you know, supplementing your income plus making your income from whatever program you do to come here to teach, you should be pretty set. I would not let the idea of not being able to survive in Spain deter me from coming here. I think the worst thing that could happen is that you see that it's not working out and you just give up and go back. Come here with savings. Come here with the mentality that everything that you're buying should kind of cost you less than what you are spending in your home country if you're from the States or from Britain. Don't let people take advantage of you with rent prices. You know, sometimes they see that you're a foreigner and they might try to charge you a lot more than what they would charge a Spaniard. Anyway, if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.